Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Better Rider. Yeah! Today, actually, I wanted to do this 5 points which I like best about the CB500X in English. I've done it already at my other channel, Moto Fuzzi, in German, and now we can do this in Spanish. I wanted to say, I wish, in English. And I have 5 points, or what you call 5 of my favorite things that I like about the CB500X, which I have just bought about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it has now about 700 kilometers on the odometer. So here they are. Right. So here's number 5. We count them down from 5 to 1. As Casey Kasem used to say, no, he always counted them down from 40 to 1, I think, on the top 40 countdown. Anyways, this is my countdown now for top 5 my favorite things about the CB500X, which I think are very nice for me as a beginner. And so here we go. Number 5. It sounds very German. Number 5 is the I don't know how to say this in English, the cornering stability. I guess that's the right word. This is what I like about it. I noticed that when I went into the mountains the other day, that the cornering stability of the CB500X is very good. I guess with all of the Honda bikes or so, but this is my first A2 bike which I've bought. Tested a lot of bikes already, but basically this is my first one. Okay, we have a little intermezzo here coming up. Cornering stability of the CB500X. This is this is number 5. Number 4, which I like most about the CB500X. Oh, this guy actually lives there, I guess. Okay, then I guess we cannot be mad at him or her to drive through our picture here, through our production. Number 4 is the exhaust popping. Maybe that's what you say in English. Exhaust popping on a original stock exhaust. I think that's pretty awesome. Usually you don't get this pop 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 at the end, when you release the gas, the throttle. And so I think that's pretty awesome that it's already included in the stock exhaust. So I like that very much. As number 4. Number 3 is the display I like. Actually, I didn't like it before. I mean, the same display is also included in the CB650R, which I test rode. I actually test rode it for 24 hours one time. You can check out my other videos. But since it's a naked version, the CB650R, the sun was always here and there and reflection and stuff, and I didn't really like the display. But on this one, on the CB500X, it's kind of integrated the same display, so maybe it's less reflections or so. I don't know. I will show this to you. Of course, it will look differently than in real life. I will turn it on now. Maybe you can see this. There we go. So I don't know if you can see it well. I will put a 1, 2, 3. I have to adjust it again. I will put a display protection film or whatever you call it on it to protect it from scratches. I don't need to do anything about this reflection because for me it's fine. Direct sunlight coming from the back, everything is great. If I think back at the Benelli, that has an LCD display, I think it was, or was no, the TFT display, I think it was a color display. So if the sun was actually in the back of you, you didn't see anything in the display, anything at all, and I think that's terrible. And if they don't test this and say, oh, when is the sun in the back of you, and so quite often, I'd say. Anyways, that was number 3, the display. This is number 2 now of my 5 favorite things I like about the CB500X. Number 2 is the engine temperature, or the actually the indication of the engine temperature. And what I like about it is not the display or the indicator, but that the engine temperature basically stays the same through the whole range of whatever you do with it. At least that's what the indicator says. You know, it always says it's in the middle, so it's not getting too hot. So I think you know, that's where it should be, and I don't need to worry. Comparing this to the Z900 I tried in Berlin, you know, the 4-cylinder, it was actually getting, sometimes I was in a traffic backup or so, and I was actually getting kind of worried because it was going up, you know, and fan was coming on. Of course, nothing bad, but you know, it's kind of worrying to me when this happens. This one, nothing happens. It always stays like this, so that's very nice, I think. And we're now coming to number 1. I will tell you in a moment, after this commercial. Number 1 of my 5 favorite things I like about the CB500X 2019 model is the range, and coming with that the fuel consumption. I was very surprised actually that it's so low. I knew from this 2-cylinder that it was lower, of course, naturally, than a 5-cylinder. I had test ridden a few 5-cylinders. They were going up to 5, 6, maybe even 7 liters. That's not normal to me, because I had a car and that was burning 6.5 liters. I mean, come on, you know, it's a bike. Yeah, the range is very good, and I think with this big tank, the tank is 17.7 liters. I'd say you can go about 500 kilometers with one tank. I think that's very good. And the display tells me the average fuel consumption on it is about 2.678 at the moment. So I think that's damn good, and I think that's even better than they say in these technical documentation. I think they say something about 3 point something, or 5, or 3.3, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. That number 1 of my most favorite things of the new CB500X is actually the range and the fuel consumption, which I like the most. So that's about it for me here. I'm going to conclude this video now, here from this beautiful place here up at the Ermita de las Tres Cruces. And yeah, once again, if you want to see more of the CB500X videos, I will do them, of course, in the future, but now it's very new. I will do them, you know, as soon as I do these trips, naturally. So again, thanks very much for watching. This has been Alright Out. Take care. Bye bye. So let's see what the sound will be like with the Garmin compared to the DJI Osmo Pocket. Okay, that's about it. 2 videos done. So hopefully everything will be good and I can finally do some videos now.